Welcome to the Tackroom, a RedM equestrian sandbox like no other. Whether you're a seasoned role player, a horse enthusiast, or brand new to the world of RedM, this is your chance to carve out a unique story in the rugged beauty of Red Dead Redemption. Here in the Tackroom, the possibilities are truly endless. Raise your dream horse, build a thriving ranch, or simply ride into the sunset. This world is yours to explore, but that's only just the beginning. Embark on a journey of discovery as you gather resources scattered across the map, pan for gold, collect herbs, chop wood, and more, unlocking endless opportunities to build your fortune and shape your life in the West. Dream of becoming a farmer? Tend to your land, grow crops, and raise livestock to feed your community, or trade your bounty for other supplies. Prefer action? Take on the challenge of herding cattle across sprawling plains, keeping them safe from the wild and untamed. Do you have a competitive streak? Train and show your horses in thrilling competitions from barrel racing to showmanship to show jumping, proving you have what it takes to stand out in the equestrian world. Whether you're training horses at the horse park, exploring the wilderness, or connecting with the vibrant Tackroom community, there's something here for everyone. And with regular updates, events, and opportunities, your story is only just beginning. So saddle up, grab your lasso, and dive into the adventure of a lifetime. This is your moment, your story. Welcome to the Tackroom, and let's get started. So when you first join the Tackroom, you'll see a screen very similar to this, or you will see a screen that we'll see in the next clip. This is where you're going to create your very first character. Within the Tackroom, we let players have up to 5 different character slots. Each one of these characters is separate. Each one has its own number amount and bank. You have your different horses. It's an entirely new account. So if you have, say, one character that is very focused on horse training and being equestrian, and then you want another character that their storyline is very much so bounty hunting, you can make those characters and play differently, so you can kind of make your own storyline, and then you can have whatever you want in each character. So we're going to go through the process on creating your character. Of course, this is definitely going to take maybe a little bit more time on your end, depending on how you want your character to look, how you want to set it up, but this is just me quickly going through setting up a character, dropping in some little tips here and there, and then we're going to walk through the process of getting started within the Tackroom. So yours is not going to have the very first option. If you're in here creating a second one like mine, you see slot available, so I'm going to go ahead and enter. And now it's going to bring me to this cutscene, and this is what you might see when you first join the Tackroom. So you go through this cutscene, and then you're going to select either a male or female character, whichever your preference is. You can hit enter, and it will jump through it. So I already went. You can toggle between the two. Mine was already pre-selected on the woman. So I'm just going to create a quick character. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on her because I can also show you within the server we have a place called Reboot Clinic. And what that is where you can, it's kind of going to a plastic surgeon. You can kind of change some things. I'm going to turn chat off real quick. Alright, so we're going to go through, and I'm just going to actually leave her the way it is. Character appearance, you can go through and change different heritage types. I always recommend starting at this. We are creating a video to kind of help players make better looking characters. It seems that's a very common occurrence even in RDR and RDO of making characters that look nice. So of course this is your preference, however you want to set it up. But going through, and this definitely takes time. So if you want to just get in server, get started, just make a base character. You can always change it once you get in the server at the Reboot Clinic. So I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to, let's see. I usually like to use, I think it's 1 and 5 is what I like. You can change hair, aging, height. Don't mess with the height. This come into play later when you're messing with Spooner, which is a tool that we use that you can size your person up and down, and sizing your character sometimes causes some issues. So if you wanted to say turn yourself into a cow and make yourself small so you're like a calf, it kind of comes into a problem later on down the road. So just don't really mess with the height at all. Body features, this is where you can change like your facial features, your body shape, everything to your preference. Lifestyle, this is more like adding freckles and grime, and I think there's also scars and that sort of thing, so if you have a storyline to go with your character. You can add makeup, One thing with makeup is if you don't see something, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this character's face. So we'll go, let's do lipstick. It's probably one of the best ones. So there's a few options, and if you don't see it changing, go to the opacity and turn opacity on first, and then you can go through and like change the colors. You kind of got to play with it. So like this one's got a few different options. So this lipstick one is kind of like a yes or a no. Yes, you want lipstick. No, you don't want lipstick. And then this one changes color. This one is color secondary, which I don't see an option on this one. And then here's variant. So this is like the shape of the lipstick. So this one's got 2. So this is like, okay, this is if you have like an ombre lip. So like you could change it to be like lighter, and then this color can be a little bit different. So you can play with it. This is why I say don't spend too much time on it in this setting. When you get into the server, you can definitely do a lot more adjusting of it. This also goes with eyebrows, so go up to hair real quick. These are just some of the little tips along the way. Sometimes if your eyebrows don't show up, it could be like if they're like this, go and mess with this opacity. So turn the opacity up. I usually turn it up to 10, and then you can go through, and if they're not changing, you can alter. It's just part of the script. It's a little bug that is pretty common. But again, you can mess with this once we get into the server. Alright, so we're going to go back. We're going to stay in there. Alright, so then body features, lifestyle, makeup, and then you're done. So we're going to go back one more screen. You can go ahead and set your clothes here. So you can go through all of the clothing that we have. You can change the color. Sometimes the custom tints don't always stay, so keep that in mind. But again, we have plenty of clothing stores throughout the entire world, so you can always go in and change and add more outfits that you can go change into. We're going to go back. So you're going to set your age. This can be whatever you want. We do ask that even characters are 18 plus. Just being it is an 18 plus server, so we do ask that you keep your ages above 18 and no child, pets, or anything like that. Ideally, you can add a character description. This is just something that you see on the front end, so then you might know, okay, if it's Sally Jane, this is her character description, and get you in the role play if that's how you choose to play. If you just don't even want to put a description, that's fine. Choose a nickname. This could be a short version of your name. So my main character is Montana Ray. My nickname is just Montana, and then choose a name is like the full name for my character. And then once you're done, so we're just gonna go Charlie Ray. This one, we're gonna do Charlie, and we're gonna say she's 28. And then we're gonna go down here and start journey. So this is now gonna take you, you can do your first headshot image, and then it will take you into the map. So we'll give it a minute to load. So now that you've spawned, and right now we're at a random train station, that doesn't really matter. We do have a script that allows you to teleport around the map. So you'll see in your upper right hand corner is the HUD. So you'll see you have 0.50 gold, and this is a currency you can use to buy legendary horses. You can earn this a variety of ways, either through legendary hunting. You can actually earn it through gold panning with gold nuggets, and you can convert it into gold bars. If you become a Ko-Fi member, you can also earn money some way. And actually, another one of our members is coming to say hi. Alright, so like that, you can see some members come up, they'll pop up, say hi, then go about their day. There is a chat box, but I do have that hidden just for right now. So you have your gold bars, and then everybody starts with $1,000, so that is the money that we earn. The off thing is your PvP, so all that just kind of stops people from being able to shoot one another or anything like that. But if, say, you're having fun with friends and you're going around and you're lassoing them, or within some of our events, players do need to turn PvP on, such as our roping competitions or anything like that. So you would just open up chat, do PB/PvP, and then you'll see that turns it on, and then you can turn it back off. By default, it is already off. And then that little red circle that says ID, that's your character ID. That's just whenever you log in, the player that's logged in. That will always change no matter what. So that you can you might log out and come back and you might be 12. So that will always change. So if somebody asks you what's your character ID, that's the number that you'll give them. So we'll go ahead and open the map by clicking M on keyboards. And we're just south of Valentine. So Valentine is going to be one of the main hubs you'll start in. The other main hub is at Beecher's Hope. So you'll see that there's a collection of buildings down here and a little portal, which I'll get to that in a minute. But in Valentine, so if you want to teleport, you can run up there, of course. But I'm going to go ahead and teleport. So make sure you're off your horse. And then you can just double click and make a waypoint. And then come back out and do /TPM. And all these commands and stuff you can find on the website, on the command page. So then you kind of know which ones to use. And right now we are decorated for Christmas. So say I want to change it to daytime. I'm going to do /mytime12. It's going to get bright here in a second. So now it changed to daytime. And even though it's Christmas time, I do want it to be sunny. So I'm going to do my time, or my weather. And I'm going to do high pressure. This removes any clouds and such and all the snow. Okay, so to get started, there's a few things you want to get started first. Of course, you want to start getting to make money. And so one of the biggest things most people like is to go ahead and buy a horse. We do have some horses in the stable. So you'll look on your map. And anywhere that you see a horseshoe, and eventually we'll have another script out, or whenever you're watching this video, there's another icon that's like a black background with the correct side up or direction horseshoe. Those are 2 stables that we have. These ones are sire stables if they're just the horseshoe. Most towns have those. There's also some others around the map, and those are just at people's private ranches. You can, of course, always use these. They are public use. They're just on someone's property. So you can go ahead and go in here, and you walk around until you see that open menu. Click enter, and then horses, and purchase horses. And I like just to go to all. It makes it very easy. And then you can just start scrolling through the horses. We do, using the sire script, we do have some breeds that are not normally available in RDO. American Paint Horse is one of those. We have some other really unique ones. We have MFTs, even though those are a base game. We also have a lot of different coats. So like the Blue Dapple Pinto, Champagne Dapple Pinto. There's quite a few, but you can see these are a little bit more on the expensive side, being $3,000 a piece. We have adjusted all the stats on horses to try to make it more an even playing field when you get into like competitions and stuff. So those have been adjusted. So they aren't, our stats are not the same as RDO or RDR. So we'll go ahead and let's just go find you can either buy a horse, but I will actually just show you a way you can get a horse to start making money. So you can buy a Morgan. Morgans are fairly cheap. You can find them in the wild. So those are there. You would buy the horse, go through the process, buy, tack, all of that. But we're going to actually skip the process of buying a horse. And we're actually going to go out here. So first and foremost, I would suggest going up here into the general store. And you're going to go in here and you're going to buy, so let's do G. We're going to buy a tool. We're going to go buy a gold pan. And if you want to start doing collecting, you can buy a metal detector, but if you're trying to save money, we'll wait on that. So we're going to buy a gold pan. And then we're going to hit G again, and we're going to go to horse, buy, and you're going to buy a horse brush. This is really helpful when you get your horse. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to go buy is a reinforced lasso, and that you will find up here at the weapon shop. Come up in here. You can go ahead and buy a gun if you want a gun. You don't necessarily need one right now. So we're gonna go ahead and hit here, buy weapons, miscellaneous, and you can either do the regular lasso, or you can just go ahead and buy the reinforced lasso for $10. Okay, so then where many people are used to where you can open the radio wheel. Within RedM, you do need to equip your things every time you log into the game. So you're going to hit I, and then you'll see you have a berry water, which is not really used a lot. gold pan.
Howdy.
You have 1 random ammo that you've picked up, and a horse brush, and lasso. So if you want to equip something, let's go ahead and equip the knife. Just double click it and equip the lasso.
That's gonna give me sweat.
So this is where we can get started. So we do have a lot of the same wild herds out and about. So one way we can do this is you can go M. We're gonna actually go. There is a herd past my place that I'm aware of, which is the stable right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and teleport there because I know there's a herd there. There is some wild horses that when you capture them, they're a little bit more expensive. So we're just gonna go for the cheaper breeds, like Morgans and the Tennessee Walkers. So it doesn't look like a herd has spawned here. If you don't want to run anywhere, and there will be kind of more videos on spooners, so what you can do is hit delete on your keyboard. It's going to open up this like kind of UI. Hit F, go to PEDs, and then just type in horse. This is at least going to get you to be able to run kind of faster. So we're going to just, for fun, give myself an 𝐓𝐢𝐻𝐿, just so I have some hooves to run around on. Now, I don't own this horse. This horse does not belong to me. It's just a way of transportation that I don't have to currently pay for. So I know there's another herd over here, so I'm going to ride over here to see what's over here. Mustangs are one of the more expensive wild horses to buy out, but you can either immediately buy so you can own a horse, or you can just buy to sell. And so I have my lasso out. There should be a herd up over this ridge. And there is not. Okay, so then someone might have already been through here to catch some horses. Let's see. Alright, so we're going to teleport to another spot that I know there's horses. I'm going to open Spooner again. I'm going to go ahead and delete this horse. And we're going to go over by Beechers, because I believe there is a herd that hangs out over there. Should be right here. And this is something over time you'll figure out. You can use that horse to run around and find wild horses. These are just some of the herds that I'm aware of. So I'm going to go ahead and do that same thing. Get another paint horse out so I have a ride. Hop on. Grab my lasso back out. And we're going to go look for a wild herd. Alright, so we found a wild herd, so I'm going to go ahead and go up, just like you would do in RDO. We're going to catch it. And then you're going to go ahead and hop on. And you're going to tame this horse. So I'm just tapping G, and then just like you would do in RDO, and once you tame it. Alright, so now this horse is tamed. So you can either keep this horse or sell it. The place that you know where you can sell it, so if you open up your map, you can look up here, and it's this icon, which is a running horse icon, and it says Wild Horse Buyer. There is a few around the map, so you'll see one there's here at Beechers, there's another one at Strawberry, there's one by Rhodes. They're kind of scattered throughout the entire map, but we're going to go over here to Beechers and sell this one over here. Alright, so we're going to run over here to the chicken shed. Is where the seller, I believe, is. Actually, it's not. It's over here. I always forget that where this one is. So it's over here by this little pen. So you see on the lower right that prompt popped up for me. So you can either sell it and make 400 bucks or adopt it for 350. I'm going to go ahead and sell it to start making some money. And then that horse is just sold off. So now that paint horse is out there in the wild somewhere. And instead of just constantly spawning the horse, you can open delete, hit X, find that horse, click on it, and then click place here. And it's going to bring it back over to you. And then you can go back out and catch more horses. So the next thing I will show you after doing this is gold panning. You can gold pan at pretty much any body of water. There is certain areas that have a better chance. So we're going to just teleport to, let's just go Upper Montana. And you can review some of the videos that we have for money making, which will go more in depth, but this is just kind of a generalized how to get started. Alright, so I'm going to walk up to the edge of the water. I'm going to click I, and I'm going to double click on the pan. And so you can see there's that prompt on the lower right. It might be different if you're on controller. So I'm going to go ahead and hit spacebar, and it's going to do a little animation. There is a rarity on getting gold, so not every single time you pan for gold you'll get something, or the number of nuggets that you get. So like I didn't get anything. And I'm just going to keep hitting spacebar. You can hold up to 50 nuggets in your own personal inventory. So it is helpful if you get a saddlebag on your horse, or eventually you get a wagon and you can start storing it in there. You can sell it at different locations for either money or other gold nuggets. Alright, so we're not getting much luck here. We are going to go jump up to Little Creek, because why not go somewhere that's very pretty and you can hang out and get a lot of gold. A lot of people do like going up to Little Creek. Some people like to build a little camp while they're hanging out and getting gold, and just you do gold parties. I've seen quite a few players do a variety of things. I'm going to open inventory back up, get my gold pan back out, and we're going to go ahead and search. See, and I got 2 gold nuggets, and you'll see those when you open your inventory back up. So you'll click B to stop, hit I to open, and then you got the gold nuggets. So you can sell these to any general store, and you can decide on which currency you want back. If you wanted to change the way your character looked, we're going to teleport back to Valentine. And what you're going to go to is the reboot clinic, which is in the hotel in Valentine. So we're going to teleport over there. And then you'll just go in here and you'll talk to the woman at the counter. And then you can go in and change your character appearance and your clothing from here as well. One tip that's really helpful if you want to kind of, instead of moving your character around, so hit T to open the chat box and then do free cam. And this will allow you to move like 360 around your character. It's much easier editing your character in this mode. You can still move all the buttons and everything, but instead of using like the A, D, and zoom, this gives you a little bit better of the ability to see things and edit your character how you want them. Whenever you're done, do T again to get out of free cam, and then confirm purchase. And you can go back and forth into the character editor as many times as you want. There's no like limit to it or anything. Some other really important places that we have here on TTR is our portals.
Hello there, ma'am.
So there is this one over here, which is under a covered round pen with this purple ring. There's also one at Beecher's Hope, and they both take you to our horse park. So you can go in here. You can teleport here if you are on an owned horse from the sire stable. That might be a little confusing right now, but as you get used to the server, you'll understand the difference between the sire and the custom horses. So we're going to go ahead and hold spacebar, and it's going to take us to the horse park. So the horse park is a custom built off-map equestrian park that we've done. I'm going to spawn another horse out so I can run around and kind of show you the horse park. If you ever need to go back to Valentine, you can always go back through the portal we just came through. There's a little sign on it that says so. We have our barn decorated for Christmas at the moment. But you can go through here, you can buy a horse. You can also see on this wall, if you get close to it, not that close to it, if you have certain mirrors, you can actually open wardrobes and change your outfit by just clicking G. So that's another fun feature that we have. But we'll go ahead and hop back on the horse. So over on the left side, we have some round pens that you can train your horses in. This portal will take you back to Beecher's. And then this is our dressage kind of corner of the horse park. So we do have a sanded dressage arena for a little bit more advanced dressage shows or training. So it's sand. We have a warm-up arena with some vet stalls in the back. We have a turf arena. And then we have some smaller dressage arenas for practice and such. Over across the way is an auction arena that we have that has a variety of stalls in the back, and then a main auction arena in the middle, so players can run auctions and sell horses that way. And then you can pay the owners of the horses right here after you buy a horse, so you can actually hitch horses up in each one of these stalls if you have a variety of horses you want players to be able to look through. And we're hoping to change TTR facilities up quarterly or a certain time, just so some things stay fresh. Some items might stay around, but we might get some new updated stuff. This is our Western arena that has a chute system for livestock. So we have like a starting paddock, a large arena, a photo booth area, and then a judge's stand. These are just some open arenas or covered arenas that we have. The east side of the horse park is more so English, but of course you can use the arenas for whatever you like. There's another stable at the other end. So there's a player lounge you can hang out in, a little player cafe. This is the stable that you can choose your horses from or put different tack on your horses. This is like a trot up arena or trot up walkway that we have. There is a like kind of groundwork and little training arena here. And then these two arenas behind, there is a turfed arena, which just has grass that's completely flat. And then a sand arena that is behind that. These ones, of course, can be used for anything, English or Western or dressage or whatever you want. We have an indoor arena at the moment. This is newly added. This one's got sand footing in it. And these are all player built with that spooner tool that we have. So right now we're holding off any more new large builds in Horse Park. But of course, if it's something we want to rotate in at a later time, we absolutely are open to more ideas. This is a large 100 by 100 arena that we've had people build jump courses in, just for some variety of events for players to hold events in. And so for right now, that's just Horse Park, and that's where a lot of our events happen. That is off map. We do have another horse park. It's called Outback, so we'll go there here in a second. So this is Outback. This is another player-built large facility that is off map in Mexico. I'm just going to fly around it in free cam just to kind of show some of the amenities we have over here. So we have some pole bending practice. We have some sliding practice. This one's kind of like a keyhole practice arena. Barrels. We have a stable that's here. We do have kind of, again, some like sail pen stables that you can put horses in, and we plan to have some pen sales. This is a veterinary area, so we've got some stocks, we've got some quarantine pens, so if you are having your horses seen by a vet, you can come here. We have just some other like paddocks and stuff people can hang out and use. All these facilities are public to use. Anyone can use them. You don't need to ask permission. Just be sure to share the facilities. This is a like large, this is another slider, another like large track that you can run around. There is some more advancements being made to this facility, like some more training and such that you can use for your sire horses. Nice little campground, a little bit of housing. I believe this is actually someone's personal house that they live in, which we do have custom housing, which there will be a video on that as well. And then another little show arena down here that's got sand footing in it. So that's about it, just trying to get started in the tack room. Of course, you can always ask questions in Discord or ask within the game. Our community is really helpful in kind of helping give people tricks. We'll come out with some more videos on how to create a good character, creating outfits, money making, all those sort of things. You can always check out helpful guides within the Discord. If there's anything you're ever stuck on, again, ask, and if it's something that's frequently new for new players that we know we can help out with, we'll try to make some more videos and more guides. Of course, if you have more questions, just reach out, and we're excited for you to get started on the tack room.